So Ace Frehley got his response, but I'm not sure it's the one he was looking for. Now, anybody not in the know, Ace Frehley was looking for an apology from Paul Stanley for saying that the band should be named Piss if he was playing in the band during the um, interview he did with Howard Stern. Now, Ace Frehley demanded an apology or he was going to spill some dirt within 7 days. Well, he went back on the Eddy Trunk show where he said all this, and he explained that Paul Stanley responded and called him, but he didn't get the apology he was looking for. Instead, he got an FU and he hung up. Now, this is according to Ace Frehley. Now, this is from UltimateGuitar.com. They break down the interview with Eddy Trunk, and I gotta say, there's some pretty telling things here that we'll get into it. This is I think a whole bunch of hoopla in speaking to Eddy Trunk in a new interview. Ace Frehley revealed how that phone call went. He told Eddy Trunk, yes, he did call. Not long after the show was over, I was blindsided by the phone call because I saw his name come up on my cell phone, and I spoke to him 100 different times on that number, and that can be verified by Verizon. Now, this is where it gets weird. Who is my cell phone carrier? Okay, so what? Do you not understand how cell phones work, bro? Figured he was calling me maybe to apologize or at least explain why he said that. Maybe he meant it more towards Peter than me. And, oh, okay, so that would be okay? What? Instead of an apology, I got a 5-second phone call. Fuck you, Ace. I'm not going to apologize, and hung up. He wasn't even man enough to give me a rebuttal to explain why I'm so upset or anything like that. And if you look for your email messages that I sent you, I did a screen grab from Verizon. It's the same day as our interview, and it says 5 seconds. Trunk confirmed he personally saw the screen grab. Ace continued, adding that he was also in touch with the KISS manager, Doc McGee. I have an inside joke about that. But anyway, I've been in touch with Doc for at least 3 or 4 times between our last interview and today. And the earliest I texted him was today because I was hoping Paul had enough sense to, answer to your extortion-ish type behavior. I would have been happy if Paul just called me one-on-one like a man and apologized. That would have sufficed. But after cursing me out on the phone, the gloves are off. Now, wait a minute. I understand, Paul, but you could have been the bigger person and called him up and been like, hey, bro, what's up? Why'd you say some shit? Instead, you went public with ultimatums. You see what I'm getting at here? Always been a great big fan of Ace Frehley musically, but I don't know if this was the correct course. And if you're going to say things like this, well, you know, so Frehley also suggested that he could take the beef with Stanley to court for defamation of character regarding that the guitarist ex-bandmate said about him and his playing ability. Now, to be fair, they have slung some mud and, picked on his drinking problems and stuff like that. And I think that's why he brings this next part in almost as a jab. And I'll explain why in a second. The guitarist said that after thinking the issue through with some of his acquaintances, he decided not to release the alleged manuscript he originally threatened with, but to focus on what has been publicly stated instead, which, fair enough. That's how we get here. He spoke to several good friends who are God-fearing people, and I go to AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, meetings with, and they said, don't ever sink to their level. That's what they do. That's what they've been doing for years. Why are you going to sink to their level? Now, this is good advice. Don't sink to your enemy's, level. Be the adult in the room. So then I came to the realization that I don't even have to bring up anything that I have hidden away in my attorney's safe deposit box. See, it sounds so like clandestine and, come on. This isn't like, we're not James Bond in this thing, okay? I mean, we get it. You supposedly got dirt. It's making it seem so, it's a little over the top if you ask me. It's my personal opinion. I can just talk about things that they've said about me in black and white. That can't come after me. They can't come after me for that, after that, because they said it. It's in black and white. Now, fair enough. But, give an example. Ace said, Paul Stanley has admitted the Kiss company that does his artwork, that he created the logo and designed it. Now, we all know that that's a lie. Maybe we should be called Piss. The whole beef started in early March when Paul Stanley gave Howard Stern the following explanation for the refusing of him to perform with the original lineup in the Induction Hall of Fame, saying that they might as well just call the band. We've been through that. I really think that, and like coming back with like the whole logo thing, it's kind of weak. If you ask me, it really does seem, like they called you bluff, and this, you're like, well, I'm going to be the bigger person. Well, you're the one that started getting you could have been the bigger person to begin with, and then, maybe come out and said, yeah, I called Paul Stanley and he clarified that blah, 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 blah. You could have went that route, but you didn't. You did this. And now look. So this was you. This was you. Now, I understand what they said. But again, to say all this and then to act like I'm going to be the bigger person after you put ultimatums out, apologize or else I'll spill dirt, safety deposit boxes, and it's, it's a bad look all around, if you ask me. And I think it's really beneath, come on. I think it's beneath you. I know you've had your problems. Hey, you're human. Everybody's got problems. But I think, if we really want to be serious, if we really want to, and I've read through the comments and everything, if we really want to be serious, if you want to check out the last video and look at, some of the comments, what people had to say, outside of this having to do with minors or, you can't really, if you want to, start, decloseting people or whatever, that's all just going to be a bad look on you, and societal norms and stuff are a bit different today. And, people are a bit more accepting of a lot of things, but we're all pretty much in agreement that, hurting children and stuff like that is bad. So outside of that, something to say career ending, it's a bunch of hot air. It really is. To come back like that, I think you got, if he really did call you, he called you bluff and said, do it. And here we are. What do you think? Do you think, how far am I off? I mean, again, he's always been my favorite member of KISS. And so it ain't like I'm trying to shit on the man for anything. I've also been a fan of his solo career and all that. And I don't subscribe to the let's just, shit on an artist for the sake of, shit on an artist. But this, what do you think? You let me know. I really think that this was all, a bunch of, maybe a little bit of a cry for, hey, I want to do this thing and this is how I'm going to do it. Or was this all intended? Was this all just games? I mean, how the media plays these days, and you got to ruffle some feathers and come out and come out sideways sometimes. I mean, is that what's going on here? Is it one of them deals? And then we're going to eventually just see the original lineup at the end of all of this anyway? I mean, it could be. It really could be. He's even dropping prices of what he would do it for and everything. I mean, he's saying that that's still on the table after all of this. So you have career-ending dirt, things that you don't respect, but at the same time, hey, money talks. If you got enough money, I'll play. Just come on, man. It's getting more and more of a bad look on you, and I don't like it for you. I think you can all do a lot better, and come on. We can work things out a little bit better than that, can't we, kids? Huh? Can't we? I think we can. Hope everybody out there is having a good day thus far. Hope it's going as good as it possibly can be. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Let me know what you think.